Welcome to Righteous Verse, the final frontier, where no women have went before. Come along with Stacy and Kim. They truly are out of this world.
I really do like that intro.
Yeah, I know. Julie's so talented. And our good friend Tebow, who was the voice actor. The intro is so great. Poor Stacy. Stacy has no voice tonight, everyone.
I have enough voice to say that to the great detectives out there, I am not Leon.
Are we the same person? Who's Leon? No one knows.
But I know that I am not. So back to the drawing board, get out some more string.
This is like turning into like who's the Bobby the robot cat.
Yes.
Everyone wants to know who Leon is. It's neither of us. So keep it moving. So it's been a long time since we've streamed too. So I'm glad to see everyone's here. I'll say hello to everyone for Stacy because
Yes.
she's
I'm conserving.
she's trying. Yeah, there's gonna be some important things that she needs to say later, and she needs her voice for that. And also, she's gonna be coming to Florida in a couple of days, so she's got to get better before she does that. So, hi Sharemare, hi Cooch, hi Tessie, Big Papa's here. Hello. Who else we have? Hi Reagan, Julie, PJ. Hey. Who else we have? Gretchen, Leon. Hello, Leon, not Stacy or Kim. Ruby Red Shoes. Hi, welcome, welcome. Hi, Yvette. Hello, hello. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Shyla. Two different people, Sheila and Shyla. Hello, what's up? Hi, the good Jesse. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Did I get everybody? I think. Awesome. So, we are here to talk about the manosphere, our favorite topic, right, Stacey?
Mhm.
So, recently, there's been some drama around incels and the manosphere. And, Stacy made a video about the manosphere, which was pretty awesome. I hope you all guys got to see it. And apparently, we felt like we needed to talk about this more because there's just so many opinions that are going to come out of my feminist mouth. And I think that they're important to talk about. Hi, SC Johnson. How are you? Hi, Leon's ex.
Your feminist mouth is my favorite, Kim.
I just can't stand it sometimes. And it's funny because I was talking about this topic and it came up. We were talking about cult religions, and the two things were put together because most cults are built around a patriarchal dominance over women, right?
Mhm.
And women are supposed to be less than. And then this feeling, the way that, this entitlement, right, that men have about their place in the world, I guess, leads, like, this is what leads to the incel, the involuntarily celibate man, right? Because he thinks that he's owed something, because that's what he's been taught in his religion, in society. He thinks that he has to be, a certain type of person, and that women should automatically be attracted to him.
And they think it's not entitlement, that their inability to attract women should be their problem. Like they believe it should be someone else's problem.
Right. So if you don't take care of yourself or bother to get to know a woman that you're trying to hook up with, or take out on a date, then obviously they're not going to be attracted to you. It's not because women are entitled bitches. It's because you're not doing the work. Leon, you can have, yes, we're going to hand out Kool-Aid and tracksuits to everyone. Exactly.
I really did put Kool-Aid in one of our giveaway boxes once.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, Julie, has nothing to do with their terrible personalities, their inability to speak to people, or get to know someone, or treat someone with equal respect, right? It has everything to do with we're stupid and we're entitled and we're horrible people, right?
And where did we get our rights from? Like, who gave us rights?
Yeah, so this is one of my favorite points that you make, right? Because so many people came to the video, so many incels came to the video to give their opinion about how incels are not really incels, right? And it's so funny when people come at you like that with, well, it's women's entitlement that causes it, or women have rights. You all have rights. What are you talking about? No, we were given rights by men who wrote those rights, and we had to fight for them from the dawn of man until 1920. So tell me again how. And we're still fighting. We're still fighting for equal pay. We're still fighting for just respect, to not be scared to walk to our car in a dark parking lot at night. Like, we're still fighting for all those things. So it amazes me whenever people say, well, yeah, you've got rights. Sure we do. Now, after all that arguing, but how long have men had rights? Since the dawn
Since
of
they
man.
could give them to themselves?
Exactly. Christianity teaches you that women come from the rib of Adam and the dirt. Like, man made us. It's not even God that made us, supposedly. It's man that made us. So, I don't subscribe to that BS. Tebow's in the house. Hello, Tebow. Is this the He-Man? What did it say? Is this the He-Man Women Haters Club meeting? I brought cookies. Good. I hope that they're edibles.
Same. It's hard to smoke right now.
Yeah, I know. Which we'll talk about that later. We'll be doing lots of that next week when we're together in sunny Florida.
And
yeah, so
perfect time for me to show the girls how to make a pineapple upside down cake.
I know, they're gonna love it. They're gonna love it. He said they are edibles. LOL. I knew they would be. Okay, so Jesse, they claim to be following the Bible, but in the Bible, women were in high positions and looked to with respect. God created women to be equal, but human men took that away. What's a good point? So, this is an example of how religion, mine and Stacy's favorite topic, can be.
I am a reverend.
You are a reverend. That's true. It can be interpreted in so many different ways. And, one thing could have been what actually happened, but men took it away and wrote it themselves in a different way. It's a possibility.
And then rewrote it and rewrote it and rewrote it.
Rewrote it and made the King James version and kept writing. Okay, so Shyla has a question. There are lots of cultures who elevate women above men. Yeah, I know Native Americans do for one. Women are highly revered and celebrated. Yes, I think that.
But those men took Native Americans' rights away too.
That's correct. So, say men decided that indigenous were less than, right? And took rights away from indigenous, took rights away from Black people. So, and then, yeah, it's way less common among white men. But if you look at what's interesting about that is that that's probably how indigenous culture started and is intended. But now, if you read up on indigenous in the United States, so many indigenous women and children are missing, and no one does anything about it. And it's an epidemic. Women just disappear. So, they started out revering women. Yes, absolutely. And I don't want to speak on the entire culture because I don't know enough about it to understand it. I just know that current events is that there's definitely a shift in the power. Reverend Bobbles. I swear, if I ever get married again, Stacy is doing my wedding vows in 80s music, you guys.
Yes, I am.
Gretchen, the feminine face of God. I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to look that up. Do you know anything about that, Stacy?
I don't. I will have to look into that.
Yeah, I think that might be the next rabbit hole that we go down. So, thank you, Sharemare. Grab a Kool-Aid and ask if there are more pancakes. Hit the like button, subscribe. What's Tebow have to say? Don't forget Deuteronomy 22:28-29, which basically states that if a virgin... Okay, not going to read that out loud. Her punishment is that she has to marry her assaulter.
Well, it's funny you say that because part of the men's rights movement is they want to decriminalize someone forcing that in marriage.
Oh, the men's rights movement. How fun. So they want to decriminalize, say that one more time. Decriminalize what?
Marital rape.
Oh, fantastic.
That's what I'm going to call it, is grape.
Grape. We're going to call it grape with a G. Okay, so men's rights movement is
disgusting.
Absolutely ridiculous. Is it not the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard? Men who have had rights since the dawn of time need a movement for what? Like, what do you not have? What right do you not have as a man?
Why are you mad at women about that? Because again, the rights came from men. You should be mad at yourselves.
Right. So if men made it illegal for you to be a low down, dirty piece of shit, then that's no one's fault but men, right? So, and I don't want to be a man hater on this stream, but like, it's to me, the men's rights movement is like white people movement, like saying white people deserve rights too. You've always had rights. What are you talking about?
When's our month?
Liz, I want to punch every single person in the face that says that to me every single time.
I'm like every day. It's like it's every day.
You get 12 months out of the year. Shut the fuck up. Oh,
Like that's like
God.
going to somebody else's birthday party. Like, but when's my birthday?
That's a really good analogy, actually. Like, I can't with these men's rights movement. And there's something that I was going down this rabbit hole of men's rights, and we've talked about this before on our channel, the NAMBLA, the the men boy love organization
Yes.
association, like
Yes.
and people who want to men who want to call pedophilia minor attracted persons, so MAPS.
Mhm.
Like I cannot I can't. So, and this is all part of men again trying to make their own decision, trying to basically say, like, why do we have to have rules? Why do we have to follow a law or a code? We deserve to be able to do whatever we want. It's gross. It is
Well, and they
gross.
also say that they get harsher punishments than women do.
Not true. Not true. Like, if we want to talk about the inequalities between men and women, like, I could just punch the men's rights movement right down the drain.
Well, like just in the criminal justice system, the majority of judges are men.
Mhm.
So if you're getting mistreated by other men. So again, why are you mad at women?
I'm telling you, it's unreal. Unreal. So you go through, like, some of the things that they say about how they deserve, like, they're trying to change the way that we refer to different crimes. They're trying to, like, just change a rhetoric basically, so that they can feel like less of a monster, right? Like, this is not every man. When we talk about men's rights and men's entitlement, I know that not every man is like that, but these particular men, they're criminals, and they want to commit crime with no recourse whatsoever. And that's why they've decided to have a men's rights movement. Like, miss me with that shit until women are paid the same as men, until pink razors don't cost more than blue.
And it's not because we're not bricklayers, okay? Like when we say equal pay, we mean equal pay for the same job.
Exactly. It's, they'll say women make a lot of money. There's a lot of women that are CEOs and this and that. No. Job for job, men get offered more money, and they're more willing to negotiate terms of their employment and their raises and things like that, because it's acceptable for them. But if
While
a
girls are
woman
raised
doesn't,
to be compliant.
right, women feel like it would be disrespectful, just take the job, just accept whatever they give you and keep it rolling. And that woman could be doing twice the work that the man's doing. It doesn't matter. And that's not in every case, but unfortunately, it does still happen everywhere. So, women's rights movement is ongoing and needs to be ongoing. Men's rights, you
And
have them all.
there is a good men's rights movement.
A what rights movement?
There is a good one, like the men's liberation movement.
Okay.
They just want to end like masculinity standards and stuff like that.
Right. Which is,
and they're like pro-feminist, and the two groups do not get along, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and that's we need more of that. Like, that's the thing, is there are so many men who believe in equality, that don't believe that one should be better than the other, and that want equality, in every form that they can get it. And I've watched like TikTok videos where I watched one, this guy was so upset, and he said he was walking to his car from the gym, and there was a woman that was like 20 feet ahead of him, and he could see that she was visibly concerned and like watching him, turning around. She seemed nervous. And he was like, I could get mad that she thought that I was a monster, but what I'm mad about is that she had to feel that way. And I'm not. Like, society has taught her to feel that way. So
Well, it's like that lady they interviewed, and they were like, I think it was when Hillary was running, and they're like, would you ever vote for a woman? She's like, no, she could get hormonal and start a war. And he's like, so who started all the wars so far? And she's like, men.
yes, I'm telling you, it's just, but they don't hear themselves. They don't hear themselves when they're talking about this, and men's rights movement saying that women, their wives, should be joyfully available all the time is just sick. It's just, you just want to, someone put it in the chat, it's like small dick energy. You just want to feel like you're worth something because you probably have inadequacies as a man. And this is where incels come in. Yep. The chat's all talking to each other about the good guys in the chat right now. Big Papa, Tebow, you guys know what it's like. And Shyla's right. The fact that you recognize it and you want to be better puts you light years ahead of some of these other men. And that can be said about any marginalized group of people. Like if the group that has always had rights, white people, could learn more, then that's a step in the right direction. But being completely shut off to it that's the problem.
Because they just think that we're so privileged.
Men think we're so privileged. Let's see. I've never dropped my vehicle off for an oil change or any kind of service
And come back and needing a new timing belt.
Right. Without trying to be upsold on something that I didn't need. I have never walked through a group of men that are standing in a parking lot, let's say construction workers, that don't turn around and stare and then whistle and do crazy things like that. Like, why do we have to feel like we're being SH'd just for walking? That doesn't make sense. I know for a fact that there's people, like even in my own company, there's men that make more money than I do that do the same job. And my numbers are better. My results are better, but they negotiated better than I did.
And let's talk about the difference between a woman that dates people and a man that dates lots of people.
Oh, yes. Let's not forget that in most cultures, growing up, you're taught that if your skirt's too short or if your shirt is too revealing, then you're being fast, and you are provoking men to do bad things to you. Like how? How am I making someone a monster? I'm not in any way. No woman.
And if you were a kid that had them like grew quickly, you were being like you were doing wrong just by wearing a t-shirt. They're like, that's way too tight.
Oh yeah. Cover up, girls, cover up. But men walk around with no shirt on. Totally fine for you. For all the boys, walk around with no shirt on. It's totally okay. Women, girls, cover up. People say we've come a long way since like the 19th century, where women wore collared dresses that covered their neck because that was considered inappropriate. Like a woman's neck was a sexual part of her body, and long sleeves to their wrists, and the dresses were all the way floor length. Like, we've supposedly come a long way from that. How many kids do you think right now, little girls, are told, make sure you wear shorts under your dress, make sure that your shirt doesn't reveal too much cleavage, wrap those puppies up,
At
gotta
work,
wear a
I will
bra.
have people come up to me to point out what another woman is wearing, and nobody in my building is under the age of 20.
Exactly. I mean,
I'm
it's
like,
still going.
are they making you wear it? Like, who cares?
No, but if you're a certain kind of person of the pig persuasion, you would say things like, she asked for it with what she was wearing. Know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's awful, Cher.
I wanted to read that, and I've got other notifications coming up. Okay. I actually had an oil place show me fake transition dipstick showing shaved metal. Told me I needed a total repair. I was suspicious. I went home and checked, clean, called management. They were investigated. I mean, that happens all the time. I was told once I dropped off my car to get 4 new tires and to get the oil changed. And the car was 6 months old. 6 months old. And these guys called me and sat me down and had this whole spiel in front of them with all these numbers on a page, where they were like, do you see this number? This is what your rotors should be. And this number, this is what your rotors are. So you need new rotors on your vehicle. And let me tell you, they've never seen a 5'2" woman like lose her mind. I told that guy off, and I called his manager, and I said, the car's 6 months old. Did you not even bother to look at the year of the car before you decided that you were going to try and get an extra $300 out of me? Like, that shows that you're a dumbass, not me. But you think I'm a dumbass, and I'm going to fall for it.
That stuff makes me so angry.
I know, me too. Hey,
I'm
Ronnie, welcome.
I actually know quite a bit about cars, so it really bugs me because I'm like, I know more than Preston. You'd be better tricking him into spending money. Like, he falls for it every time.
Yeah. You know what? Chris was like that too. Like, he would be like, I think we need $80 wiper blades.
They said that I needed it. Yep.
I know. It's the audacity for me. That's so right,
Like,
Leon.
we go to the car dealership and they would talk to Preston, and he'll look at him and be like, you're saying all this to the wrong person.
But that's why we love Preston, because
he's like, before she got out of the car, she already calculated the exact amount she's willing to pay for anything in this lot. So like, talk to her.
Which is so great. So great. It's just, I just can't, like, I could probably sit here all night and tell stories about times where I've been treated differently because I'm a woman. I mean, in my career, I deal with a lot of general contractors, painters, electricians, just basic handyman repair, tile, flooring guys, like different people who do different installations because I open buildings, like we build buildings. And I can't tell you how many times guys would come in to one of my sites and say who's in charge, and they'd look at like one of the employees because it's a male, and walk right up to my part-time employee and say, hey, are you the manager here? And then the look on their face whenever that person would turn around and go, she's in charge over there, and then they look at me and they're like, oh, she's not going to know what I'm saying. She's not going to know what I'm talking about.
It's funny you say that, Jesse. My brother-in-law has had me go with him both times he like the last 2 times he bought a car.
Man, you're going to have to go with me every time I buy a car.
I sat there and made a deal for him one time, and I was like, the guy's like, so we got a deal, right? And I was like, yeah, actually, this isn't my car. Hold on.
That's so funny. I don't know. I've had men, like I'll say to a contractor, okay, here's what's wrong. Right. And they'll go, no, I'll have to look at it. And I'm like, yeah, but I know what's wrong with it. I'm the one that called you to come fix it. And then they'll go, yeah, no, it doesn't sound like that's it. And they just have to look at it for themselves because heaven forbid I know what I'm talking about. Cher says, I cannot tell you how many times I had fathers at camp yell at me and ask to talk to my director. Director had no clue of the rules, and the guy calms down. Yeah, I mean...
Do you want me to drop the link so you can talk to somebody else with a voice?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear Gretchen come up and talk about what she put in the Shekinah. Is that how you say it? What she put in the chat earlier. Anybody's welcome to come up and talk about men's rights movement, what they know, their experiences.
Like, I have a lot to say, but I can't say it today. I might just end up having to make another video.
What I just love, I love it whenever I say I'm a feminist and men come out of the woodworks to shut down feminist movements and say, well, I don't believe in feminism because you think that women should be better than men. No. And you think that we should celebrate women. Yes. And and you think this and you think that. And every time I have to say, bro, where'd you come from? Like, none of that is true. You don't know anything about feminism. And all you're doing is trying to shoot it down because you're either an incel or you're part of the men's rights movement. You're that kind of guy. So, like, shut it down. I don't need it. But men cannot stand it whenever we start to talk about feminism. Their echo chamber conflates equality with misandry. Yeah, that's the thing. They don't even see it as equality. They don't see it as entitlement. Like, they just don't believe their own bullshit.
What were some of those comments we got on that video that were so funny?
Oh, well, listen, if you're going to come at me about men's rights, the first thing that you need to do is use proper English and grammar. Because if you're going to try and wax intellectual to me, you can't use words like worser, because that's not a word. I mean, we got a trip. We just cracked up about that. Like, I sent it to Stacy. I was like, look at this comment. I just can't. I can't with these people. And thanks for watching the video, whoever you were. But,
Right.
I think I learned verb tense in 4th grade English. Just letting you know.
Feminist entitlement ruins men and creates incels. As feminist entitlement spreads, naturally, so does the manosphere.
Yeah. So this guy came to the video to comment on an incel video about, that women create incels. Like, seriously? You just proved our point. Thank you, sir. You're an existentialist. That's a great spelling, Tebow.
And we told him, men unable to take accountability for their own failings in life, who instead look for someone else to blame, create incels.
Right. Yep.
I'm going to text you the other one to read because it's too long.
Worser, right up there with Larcery.
You'll have to read that one.
Oh, wait, you just text me one?
Yes.
There it is. Okay. Ready for this? It's not always entitlement. Repeated failure in not even being able to attract women leads to insanity to some degree. It changes the way your brain functions and the downward spiral begins. They feel helpless and hopeless, so their anger and frustration will naturally go towards what's unattainable to be, I think it's listed to them. There are different levels of incels, and what you're describing is the worser ones.
The worser ones.
The worser ones. I bet it's not always entitlement. It's repeated failure to be able to attract women. It causes your brain to function, change your brain function, and the downward spiral begins. No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Your brain function doesn't change because you have an inability to attract women. It's just not a thing. Like, brain function is it changes if you have a stroke. Your brain function changes for a lot of things. That's not one of them. Is larcery worser than larcenry, Tebow? I'm done with you, Tebow. We have some funny comments tonight. Yeah, start at the core of the problem. Absolutely right, Ronnie.
Well, the link is out there if any of y'all want to take pity on my throat and keep Kim company.
I know. Oh, Gretchen's here. Hello. Let's add her. Uh-oh. Did we both hit it at the same time?
Maybe.
Sorry, Gretchen. Hold on.
You do it.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Hello. Welcome.
Hello. So, yeah, I've got some things to say about feminism, but yep.
Yes. You've had a lot of really great things to say in like our group chats and things like that. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this because you are very well versed in the matter.
Oh, there we go.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I think I can hear you. I was just had the StreamYard and the YouTube open at the same time. I was trying to figure out. There we go. I figured it out.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got to close the one out.
All right. Yeah. One thing I have noticed is my wife is transitioning currently, and she said that even though it's only been since May of last year, she's noticed quite a lot of understanding of like, oh my gosh, it really has been this hard for you. Yeah. And even being a trans woman, luckily her workplace has really been accepting of her. Mm-hmm. But the only thing, she's like, ooh, going into the bathroom is still really weird. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be even harder for her because of the society we still live in.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So that's an interesting take on things because like she's seeing it from a different lens now. So you probably have a lot of insight into um like how people don't see something a certain way and then
Mhm.
all of a sudden it's kind of like the light bulb goes off and people start to think, "Oh,
Voice to
maybe
say
they're
that
right."
And they are. And even she understands, she now has actually more emotions because it is actually the hormones that do something. And but luckily she's been more introspective with herself as well, and done things like become a better parent and just be more of who she can be, and it's been really great to watch. And I would get her on here tonight, but she is down playing video games with friends. So some other night, I'll go grab her and bring her up.
that's what mine is always doing, is playing video games.
Yep, yep.
Julie, it's because men expect you to be emotionally available for them. That's another privilege of being a woman. We're expected to be emotionally available.
Well, why do men on dating sites end up treating me like a therapist? Emotional availability. That's right. But you cannot be emotional. So, how many of you have been in an argument with a man, whether it's a husband, a boyfriend, a brother, a dad, or just a good friend, and they say, "You're just being emotional right now." And you're like, "No, I'm pissed off.
Yes.
Like you did something wrong and I'm mad about it. And I'm telling you, that's not me being emotional. That's me being rational."
Like if I were being emotional, I'd be screaming right now.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't know. Gretchen, what are your thoughts on that?
Are you PMSing?
Mother issues. It's mother issues all the way. Their mother wasn't nurturing enough. I mean, but that's just what I think all the time. It's like, oh, or I don't know. But I've even had non-romantic men try to make me their therapists or emotional buffers, and it's just like, I don't have any reason to do this for you. And I've actually had to stop a lot of friendships that way, and it's like, oh, leave me alone.
Yeah. 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 But it's true. Like it's friends, it's your siblings, it's anyone. They can dump on you. And Ronnie G has a really good point. It's nice for a minute when a man is emotional, because they feel like you feel like they can go deep, and then you realize that their baggage can fill the entire claim area. Like they have some issues that they have to work out. Like you said, like there's mommy issues or something there. So when you have to say to a person, like, "I think you need to speak to someone," not me. I am not a trained professional. "I think you need to speak to someone about this." Then yeah, but they're never emotional,
And like,
right?
I'm not, you don't want to come to me for emotions. You can ask
No.
him. I'm like, can I buy you something?
Stacy brought her mother all the way to Florida just to hug me because Stacy
Yes.
doesn't hug people. So that tells you anything about emotions.
And my mom is great at it.
She is great at hugging. She's wonderful. Julie, I cry when I'm angry too. I think a lot of people do. But it's seen as a bad thing. Like you can't, I gotta tell, for the first 6 years of my career with the current career that I'm in, I was told that I was too emotional to get to the next level. I'm 3 levels above that at this point, and I'm not emotional. But it took people who understood that, who weren't like it's I don't know, it's the male complex that to realize, no, I'm not emotional. I'm just passionate about my work. and I'm forward and direct. I'm going to tell you like it is. So if that means that I look at you and say, this is bullshit and you need to fix it right now, that's not me being emotional. That's me telling you that something is wrong. But if a man were to do that, then he's just, he's pointing out the obvious. And 30 years ago, in the profession that I'm in, you would have never seen a woman in this role. They were all men, all. And I think Shyla works in a mostly male profession.
And
as
Ronnie
well.
G was saying they do too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you want to come up and talk about it, because there's a lot of
Jesse,
men,
my
and,
mom gives the best hugs, for real.
She does. We're gonna fly her. We'll get her out to Arizona to get hugs. You get dog hugs, Tebow. Yeah. If anybody wants to, Ronnie or Shyla, if you want to come up and talk about your work and what you do, click the link. Click the link. Gretchen, what?
Yes.
Tell me about. How do you say it? Shekinah.
Oh, Shekinah. It's a mystical thing. Probably it's Jewish, Kabbalah-esque. It's about the feminine face of God. It's kind of rooted in some mysticism, but it's a whole really deep concept that I got into when I was, like 14. And it's just seeing the more feminine side of God and higher powers. I mean, I'm an agnostic, but just knowing, it's just interesting to learn that sort of mystic side of religion. I haven't looked it up in a long time, but I should get back to it. But it's very prominent in all the Abrahamic religions. Oh my God, I can't speak. But it's really cool stuff.
That is something I'm going to have to look into. Stacy and I are both atheists, but we love to look into, the mystic side of things and the occult, and just different beliefs.
I'm still a reverend, though.
She's an atheist reverend. Different belief systems and how they've evolved over time. Like all of those things that's what we're here for. That's why we have this channel. That's why we're besties, because we love that stuff. So I'm going to have to look into that.
It's good stuff. I mean, I read all the time.
So do
Constantly.
we could talk about books forever with you.
We actually made someone very mad doing that one time.
We sure did.
We should have talked about the Bernstein's Bears. Maybe they could have kept up.
An educated woman. But actually, I have a really, really good YouTuber who does this stuff. I will send it to you really quick. It is one of the best videos I've ever watched on YouTube, and I watch it all the time. It's one of my cheer up. We have a whole YouTube playlist of just things that cheer us up. And
that's good. That's a nice thing to have. Instead of like hate watching and what everybody does, a cheer up YouTube.
I will drop it in the Discord for you.
We might have to make another YouTuber we like videos soon, because there is a lot of negativity.
There is a lot of negativity going around, and we do need to spread some love. And you know what else is going on? We hit 400 subscribers.
We did.
So we're going to have to do a giveaway again. So that's coming very soon.
Maybe we can find cool stuff for the giveaway while I'm there next week.
Definitely. So when
it'll be Florida themed box.
Yeah.
Florida man box.
Man, an alligator in there. Something from the Villages. Yeah.
Yes.
So Stacy's coming to Florida next week, and we have already planned. We're going to be filming while we're together, and we have some trips that we're taking around the great state of Florida. So we'll be going to see some different people, and like the most psychic city in the world, Cassadaga,
where we're going to get our fortunes read by multiple people just to check the consistency.
I can't wait. And then we're also going to go see the Scientologist
Yes.
in Clearwater. So,
Maybe we
it's
can get
Disney themed giveaway. That's a good idea. The Good Jessie.
we could get our levels read while we're there.
Be
You think I
careful
could,
because. Oh no, go on. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, do you think I could join like the Sea Org while I'm over there? Just kidding. What were you gonna say, Gretchen?
Be careful because my friend used to work for them, my high school best friend, and they there's this place in St. Louis called the Loop, where it's this long sort of indie street. We don't have many of those here with restaurants, and their headquarters in St. Louis was in an old library. So it's this majestic, towering white building with lions on the outside, and they used to have the young Scientologists, like, you know, the young, cute ones in their 20s, late teens, walk up and down this like 2-mile long strip to make people come in for a trial clearing. And that's how they got a lot of people. So you have and plus it's also, the Loop is also close to two big colleges, Washington University and Fontbonne. And most of the students there are of higher income statuses, so they really prey on the vulnerable there.
Oh
Kind
yeah,
of
I
like
don't make
when
enough
some-
money for them to care about me.
Exactly. So be careful.
Kim, on the other hand, I'll have to keep an eye on her.
Well, shh, don't tell anyone. We will steer clear. We're there for, there's like an Amish place in Florida too. Like
I
there's
love
so
going to the
many.
Amish places.
We're going.
Yes.
I guess we're going to be all over Florida. There's a
Can't
lot
really
of
record there though, because that would be rude.
That would be rude. They don't believe in that. I understand. Take AZ's cross with you to Clearwater. Yes. I need to ask her if we can borrow it. That's funny.
I want to
Reagan.
get one of those little things and just be like, the power of Christ compels you.
Oh my gosh. You guys ever seen that movie Saved? That's what I just think of, that movie with Macaulay Culkin every single time I hear that.
I think of that This Is the End movie where he's like, does it though? Am I compelled?
I just love it because Mandy Moore's in that movie and she's mad.
I love that
She's-
movie.
She throws the Bible at her and she says, I am full of Christ's love.
Yes.
Throwing a Bible. Yeah, that's what Christ would have done, throwing a Bible at you. So I think, come pick me up and smuggle me in your suitcase. Arizona's on the way, right? From Arkansas to Florida.
So you're picking a movie out for tomorrow night, right?
Yes. Well, am I, or are we? Or are we giving it to the group?
He's Real said that he wanted you to pick out a movie. I thought maybe you could tell us what that's going to be, and I'll share his link if anyone wants to join too.
Oh yeah, awesome. Well, we've kind of gone back and forth about some things. And I think we narrowed it down to The Goonies or Empire Records or Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion or Step Brothers.
Yes. We narrowed it down to like our top 5 movies.
Our top 5. So I could just keep going. Or yeah, so I don't know. I mean, Real talked about possibly it being like a kid-friendly movie. So Step Brothers would kind of be out with that one. Because a lot of us have kids running around the house with us, and he wants the kids to be able to watch the movie with us. And he's visiting his daughter right now, so
When we come there to visit Tebow, you'll be taking us.
you've been to the Goonies house? What?
I know we can't like go in it, but you'll just have to like drive us by there.
We have so much room for activities.
Yes.
I love you, Leon. This is why you're my favorite alien. So either of the last two What did I say the last two? Romy and Michelle and Step Brothers. So we have a vote for Romy and Michelle. Empire Records from the Good Jesse. See, this is gonna I'm gonna have to put all of them on paper, like in a hat, and pick one.
Because like Empire Records is my favorite movie.
Oh, Reagan, I missed it. I did see earlier when you said, "Are we going to take any trips to TJ Maxx?" And you never know, because I love me some TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Marshalls.
And we all love to take Zia to go find dresses.
Oh, Zia.
She loves dresses.
Let me see if I can find it. Reagan.
Didn't she get you to like buy her a princess nightgown before she would leave the store once?
Oh, was that at Kohl's? That was at Kohl's.
Yes.
That was at Kohl's. She found and by the way, I can't stand the way Kohl's does things. This sidetrack Sally, as AZ would say. We're in Kohl's and we're looking at all kinds of different dresses. And she finds a nightgown that's $46. Who pays $46 for a kid's nightgown? Like, excuse me, Kohl's. Who do you think you are? And because I was in an emotional state at that point, I was like, yep, let's just get it because she's going to freak out and we're getting it. So I take it up to the register and it's $20. Like, but why? Why isn't that on a sign somewhere or on the tag? Why do you make people think that why would you put big prices on things so that when they're picking them out, they don't get as much?
Like, do you think that I thought I got a deal on a $20 nightgown?
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. It's all smoke and mirrors, folks. Like, it's not real. That nightgown is always $20 at Kohl's, but it has a $46 ticket on it. Don't let them fool you.
I totally did sidetrack. I forgot what we were actually even talking about.
I know. Well, I think we were talking about our Florida trip, and then we got on to TJ Maxx because Reagan asked if we were going to go to TJ Maxx. We've been all over the place. We talked about the men's rights movement for like 5 whole minutes, and now
right. And this is what we're doing next week.
Yeah, and we're just updating people on our lives and what our plans for next week now. Why are we resisting Starbucks? What? Oh,
you can tell my story if I don't know if I'll be able to get it out, but it's about the unions.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of them going in to Starbucks.
Well, they're cutting people's hours so they can't join the union.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sorry, I love my Starbucks, but I love my fellow working people better.
Yeah, Walmart did that. They unionized the meat department at Walmart and like all the butchers. So Walmart cut those positions. Just cut them in every store. It's interesting.
That's awful. Mm-mm.
Yeah. So I guess Stacey's are you gonna be drinking Dunkin' now instead of Starbucks?
Absolutely not. That is not coffee.
That is not coffee. That is
sugar milk. Yes.
That's exactly right. That is sugar milk with a splash of one coffee bean that was brewed.
It's happening across the country. Like there's you'll notice it because the hours at your local Starbucks have been cut. Like if it used to stay open till 9, it stays open to 7:30 now.
Oh, that's why that happened. I was wondering about that.
What happened?
Yep. So, and it's not because they can't find workers. It's because they're cutting them. They're cutting hours on purpose.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I love my Starbucks. They need to get it together.
Preston's been making me coffee every morning because I'm like, I can't do it. And I drive past it every morning all sad, like you broke up with me, Starbucks.
Are you going to be like, what's his name on the pig? I can't quit you.
Yes.
If you know, you know.
It is getting to be bedtime.
It is. We've been here for an hour already. Hey, but you know, Stacy and I are non-committal people, and we don't do this all that often. And when we do, we're always like, oh, why did we decide to do a stream? But then when we get on here, we have so much fun and we just talk forever.
Right? Yes. I'm like, my throat doesn't work well. I'm going to talk all night.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, I hope that that I was a good assistant for you, so you didn't have to talk as much. And thank you, Gretchen, for coming up and lending your thoughts to the conversation as well to help.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
No problem. I'll come up later with a better headset. I have my Raycons in, so it's like, is this working? But yeah, thanks for having me on. I'll hop off now.
Okay.
I think we're going to hop off too.
We are.
I'll let you say the goodbyes.
I'm going to say the goodbyes. So don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Again, we're going to be doing a 400 sub giveaway, so be on the lookout for that. And I guess we're going to have to make another Manosphere video. And then, so we can continue this conversation.
We'll have to get Julie to join us for that one.
Yes.
She loves this stuff too.
Yeah. Yes, she does. And then we'll be filming next week. So we'll be coming out with some cult videos for all of you after our trip to Florida. I can't wait for our fun little vacation together. And movie night tomorrow night in the Discord. So if you are not,
and it's in Reel's Discord, not our Discord.
Right. So if you are not a member of Patreon or Twitch for Reel, I think Stacy dropped the link earlier. We'll put it in the description. There it is. And you can join us for movie night, which it's going to be the very first one, but it's going to be a lot of fun, I think.
I do too.
Be sure to poke the psychics.
I'm not kidding. I'm going to ask all of them. And if any of their stories are different, I'm going to be like, that's not what Sharon just said, Susan.
So you guys know, Stacy knows, and I've said it before, that my psychology teacher taught us how to read palms in school because it's not mystic. It's being very observant, and there's tricks that they use. So we were taught like crystal ball and palm reading things in psychology. So I can't wait to mess with these people. I can't wait because I'm going to see every single thing that they're doing and call them out on it.
And I literally have an expressionless face.
Blink at them like a deer in headlights.
Kim, you've seen me in person. Like, I am expressionless.
Stacy is so good at just staring at a person and making them feel like they're the dumbest person in the world. Just stare.
And I get that from my mama.
Sherry is a faker. I'm the real deal, Julie said. Can I read a wee green palm? Yes, I can, Leon. I can read your palm. I can read anyone's palm. I can tell I am a psychic. Cold readings. Tebow knows all about it. So apparently he took the same class I did.
Yeah.
That's funny. So
what was it called? Grifting and Manipulation 101.
Yeah. It should have been. It should have been. That should be a course now. It was actually just called psychology. So
well, I won't touch that one.
Same thing. Same, right? Uh, that doesn't sound like fun, Julie. What did Julie say? Oh, you should be able to read your own palm. You're an alien. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate everyone coming to the live tonight. I'm not going to promise that we're going to do this more often. I'm just not. But, you know,
We
we're
don't
here
like
when
to
we're
make
here.
plans.
We don't. We're here when we're here. And we love you guys for being here with us because we're just so non-committal and not scheduled about these things. But I can't believe with how little we do and with especially me and like how we'll go a month without streaming, and we have 400 people who are subscribed to us. It's amazing to me. I never thought that would happen. So thank you to all the subs and everyone who shows up. We appreciate it.
And I am not Leon.
And again, Leon is an alien. Leon is not Stacy or Kim or AZ or Julie Virgo. So,
Despite what Red Rampage tells everyone.
oh God, I can't hear her. I can't hear her name. It's
Despite what Baltimore tells everyone.
Voldemort. She who shall not be named. So, all right. It's been great. Thanks everybody. We are all alien. Or we are all Leon. That's a great hashtag. Yeah. So have a good night, guys. We'll see you around in the Discords that you belong to, that we belong to. Love to everyone. Spread peace. Don't hate watch because it's stupid and it's just gonna make you hurt and it's just gonna cause you distress, and you don't need that in your life. So take care of yourselves, take care of your own mental health, and don't watch the bullshit incels that like to talk shit on YouTube.
Exactly. Bye, y'all.
Bye.